Advanced voting opened today to choose Toronto's next mayor. With so many issues facing the city, voters can be forgiven for feeling overwhelmed, especially with so many candidates in the running. Over the next 2 weeks, Global News will be speaking with the major contenders in the race. Tonight, Anthony Furey.
As the election draws closer, polls show Anthony Furey's outsider campaign gaining some traction.
I think we're seeing a lot of people say we want a fresh perspective.
Furey was born in Port Elgin, Ontario, and moved to Toronto at the age of 11. He went to University of Toronto and studied philosophy and history. For over 15 years, he's worked as a journalist and commentator, writing for the Toronto Sun, the Toronto Star, the Globe and Mail, National Post, and others. He's also appeared as a commentator on several Canadian television networks. In the spring of 2023, Furey threw his name in to become Toronto's next mayor. It's his first try at politics. Where are we?
We are on Gerrard Street. We're Main and Gerrard.
Mayoral candidate Anthony Furey picked this East Toronto area for our interview. On one corner, a hockey rink that opened in 1954.
Ted Reeve Arena is my second home because I have 3 boys, all in hockey.
Across the street, a newer business, a microbrewery. Asked to describe his signature campaign promise in a sentence:
common sense solutions so we can fix this mess for the betterment of everyone in this great city.
For Furey, common sense means more police.
We need a greater visible police presence.
His campaign stresses Toronto is slipping.
I'm really concerned about all this talk of Toronto feeling like a city in decline. Not only is public transit feeling less safe, it's dirty. Let's be honest, it doesn't smell very good.
Crime, litter. Man, you're down on Toronto. It seems like a grim place from your perspective.
I love Toronto, but this city is no longer the city of my youth, of my teenage years, where I was carefree gallivanting around.
Furey recently tweeted a picture of discarded needles near the hockey arena. The story was picked up and profiled in the Toronto Sun, where Furey used to work as a columnist.
That got some nice coverage. It must be beneficial to have friends at the Sun.
Well, you know, people are covering all across different news, so I chat with people at all media outlets. You know, I'm a guy who's been in the media for 15 years, so I know everyone. I know you, Alan.
Needle exchange programs and safe injection sites are a particular focus for Furey.
So I really want to phase out these injection sites, replace them with treatment centers to stop this stuff spilling over all across the city, because it is right now.
I want to read you something. Supervised injection sites and needle exchange programs are important harm reduction services. They play an important role in reducing drug-related harms. Do you agree with that?
The more injection sites we have seen in Canada, the greater the carnage we have seen on our streets, the more overdose deaths we have seen. This is not a success.
So that's from CAMH. You know better than the doctors at CAMH?
We're seeing stuff all across this city. Alan, people are telling me Toronto can't move one step further to be like Seattle, Vancouver. I'm Anthony Furey. I'm running for mayor, and my friend...
There is no question that Furey's outsider campaign is having an impact on the race to be mayor. After this Furey press conference...
This is a crack pipe kit. And again, you'll see there's a Toronto Public Health logo here.
Toronto Public Health say these are given out to reduce infection and the spread of disease, but the following day at a major debate that Furey wasn't invited to.
When we talk about fiscal accountability, we wake up in the morning and we hear that we are purchasing crack pipes and meth pipes.
Furey says he's flattered that Mark Saunders agrees with him. As for his assessment of Toronto's former police chief,
I think we find in Mr. Saunders someone who actually did contribute to the further decline of this city, unfortunately.
Decline is a word Furey uses regularly when asked.
The number one issue facing Toronto is?
Stopping the decline and bringing this back to the great city that we all love.
The need to return Toronto to what it once was is a key theme in Furey's campaign. Despite his lack of political experience, he has managed to win the endorsement of some well-known conservative politicians, including former cabinet ministers Bob Runciman and John Baird. One key question as we move towards Election Day is, will Furey split the vote on the right side of the spectrum? If so, will that make it impossible for former police chief Mark Saunders to win?